Let's dive right in, and we're going to start with your former team, Marcus, the drama. After 11 years with the Cowboys, defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence opted to sign a 3-year deal worth a base salary of nearly $33 million with the Seahawks as a free agent, and it didn't take long for Lawrence to burn bridges back in Dallas.
Dallas is my home. I made my home there. You know, my family lives there. You know, I'm forever going to be there, but, you know, I know for sure I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there. So, yeah. We here.
Wow, I know for sure I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there. Shots fired. Okay, Micah Parsons weighed in after that saying, this is what rejection and envy look like. This is some clown expletive. And Lawrence didn't let it slide, responding, calling me a clown won't change the fact that I told the truth. Maybe if you spent less time tweeting and more time winning, I wouldn't have left. Okay, I need to see Marcus Spears' face right now. Can we make that happen? Swagu,
Oh, yeah.
airing out the
I
dirty
got to see
laundry.
this. I got to hear
Swagu,
I got to
family
hear this.
business. Swagu,
Floor
what is
yours.
the culture? I
Floor
mean,
yours.
yeah, exactly.
Take your time,
exactly.
Swagu.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Break
I
it
got
down.
to hear. I want to hear
Break
every
it down
syllable.
for us folks.
Take your time.
First of all, my cheeks hurting because it's so good to see y'all. I'm so glad to be on with my people. It's been too long.
Exactly.
Listen, here's the thing, man. All right, now there's a lot to this, but the one thing that DeMarcus Lawrence said I thought was a little out of pocket because you just left, okay? But the question we ask in 2025 is, but did he lie? And that's the real issue here. Did he lie? Now, him and Micah, that relationship, because I'm around Dallas, I've known for a little while that wasn't the greatest. And people within that structure have an issue with some of the things that Micah says and does publicly. But that's a whole different conversation. DeMarcus Lawrence saying this while he's standing in Seattle is a little bit weak in my opinion. But the other caveat is we can all three sit here and say that the team throughout his career truly never positioned themselves to win a championship. So some of that issue is the reality for DeMarcus Lawrence and where he was while he was with the Dallas Cowboys. And listen, I know Jason is new to this, but me and Stephen A. been talking about this for like 5 years. We've known what DeMarcus Lawrence said during the interview in Seattle. We've all said it. We've talked about it. The only issue I have is you didn't get a foot out the door before you decided to flame and destroy the Dallas Cowboys. At least wait till we get to training camp and you see what you are with the Seattle Seahawks, because that might not go well either. But ultimately, when you look at the back and forth with DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons, and DeMarcus Lawrence really telling the truth about what we've seen over the years with the Dallas Cowboys, I see Micah getting a little mad. But let me also say this to you, Jay McCourty and Stephen A. Micah, you ain't the defender of the Dallas Cowboys. You don't have to come at the call of the Dallas Cowboys. You know the issues. You've actually made your stance known about getting players in there and giving this team an opportunity to win championships. So as much as you got mad at DeMarcus Lawrence for saying what he said, as much as you thought it was rejection, I will remind the American public, like my man Stephen A. likes to do, he did get a $100 million contract from the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think he's that pissed off. And he got 42 to sign with the Seattle Seahawks. I'll leave it there. DeMarcus Lawrence doing just fine. A little bit weak to leave out the door and say that a day later. And Micah Parsons, that ain't really none of your business. Don't worry about it. Go out there and handle your business with the Cowboys.
That's one way to look at it. And I'm not saying
gasoline.
But
Here come the gasoline.
But there's a couple of other ways, you know what I'm saying, that I think we should absorb this right here. Let's take a moment to pause and really, really dissect what this man, DeMarcus Lawrence, said. 1 foot out the door. I mean, you could say both of it, but he had just landed in Seattle. I mean, damn, he didn't get a chance to pass gas before he threw flames on the Dallas Cowboys. What did the man say? What did the man say, Swagu? What did the man say, Jay? He said, quote, Wasn't like we gonna win a Super Bowl anyway in Dallas. So
Like that.
you can look at the statement, right? And you can say that, damn, he's throwing shade on the Cowboys. I take it a little bit differently. I take it as a member of the Dallas Cowboys, being in a Dallas Cowboy uniform, having his family in Dallas, having his friends in Dallas, wearing that Dallas Cowboy star in his helmet, playing at the billion-dollar playpen known as Jerry World, knowing every single Sunday they didn't have a chance to win. You can't make this up. So understand. Now it is safe, Jay. It is safe to assume that he ain't the only one that feel that way. So the way I looked at it, you're focused on DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm focused on the locker room. I'm focused on an abundance of dudes stepping out on the football field for the Dallas Cowboys, knowing we ain't got no damn chance. We ain't gonna really be that relevant. And by the way, the brother is in Seattle, who is considered to be retooling, AKA rebuilding, okay? And he's saying this. It ain't like he left and said what he said after he joined the Ravens. It ain't like he said what he said after he joined the Kansas City Chiefs or the Bills or the Eagles. No. He said that joining the Seattle Seahawks. The Seattle Seahawks, who, by the way, was average at best, and then just lost their quarterback. They no longer have Geno. Am I right? Did Geno leave?
You right.
Ain't Geno gone?
No Geno.
So Geno, who's above average, but he ain't Burrow, he ain't Lamar Jackson, he ain't Josh Allen, he ain't Patrick Mahomes, he ain't Jalen Hurts. Damn it, he ain't Baker Mayfield, for crying out loud, okay? He ain't Jared Goff. He ain't these dudes, but he's gone. He's gone. So you don't even know who you got. And playing for Seattle, I know they got Sam Darnold. I understand, but damn it, you know how I feel about him after everybody celebrating, throwing water on him like they won a championship when he was 14-2. And they forgot, damn, we ain't even win the division yet. You understand what I'm saying?
Leave that man alone. Leave that man alone. We talking about Dallas.
I'm just saying.
Leave that man alone, man.
I'm just saying. All I'm saying is this, y'all. Is it just me, Jay? Is it just me when I say this brother said that as a part of a rebuilding, a reclamation project in Seattle, and he's still talking smack? That means you got a whole bunch of dudes in Dallas that don't believe they're going to win. I give Micah Parsons credit. At least I believe he believes he going to do something. He believes they're going to do something. I'll give him credit for that. But DeMarcus Lawrence saying that, if I'm Jerry Jones, you got to call team meet, bro. We got to look people in the eye. Get Michael Irvin. Let him do it. Let him point him out. Just the same way he did for Jimmy Johnson years ago. Let him point him out. Yo, who the hell? Who don't believe?
S.A.
Get them the hell out of here.
S.A., don't you remember when he joined us at the Super Bowl? Stephen A., don't you remember when he joined us? Don't you remember what he told us when he joined us at the Super Bowl in Vegas? I mean,
he said they were fatigued. He said they were tired.
The team was fatigued, and they didn't really want
it.
I mean, that was a year and change ago. He was already alluding to all of it, so I'm not surprised he took his talents elsewhere.
Hey Molly, could you imagine a playmaker going hearing this comment? He's so huffing and puffing like Swagu. Who said we gonna find out who feel this way? We got to. You can't make it up. Listen, thank you to DeMarcus Lawrence. Thank you for Micah Parsons. Listen, I usually have to wait until December for Christmas. Y'all brought it early. I mean, this is the gift that keeps on giving. It really is.
Let me ask you this, though. I'll come to you, J-Mac, on this before we get into all the NBA action from last night. Seriously, what does this say about the state of the Cowboys and specifically their culture? Because they have talent.
Yeah. It says a lot. He was in the building for 11 years. And I look at it, every sports media member was sitting there as DeMarcus Lawrence was saying this, and you just point to the screen and it's just like, I told you, I've been telling y'all for 5 years that this has been going on. And it's not only him. Dalton Schultz left and he went to the Texans. He talked about tours coming through the building and the focus not being on winning. Jordan Lewis said it earlier in the season in September. Guys weren't doing enough to focus on winning football games. And we're seeing it now that he has left. And you can't say those things things when you're in the building, because if you're Tank Lawrence and you say those things and you talk about the fact that your owner is doing a radio show every week or he's doing a post-game conversation with the media after games before the head coach, then you're looked at on the team as if you're a cancer, and now your owner's looking at you like, are you worth this amount of money that we're paying you? So as soon as he left, he said it. And even the Seattle Seahawks reporter is standing there, and when he says it, he doesn't even know how to respond. He sits there and he's like, oh, damn, I'm going to be on First Take tomorrow. I had no expectation for that. I thought we would just welcome you to town, welcome you to the team, and he chose violence in that moment. I have no problem with Micah responding to it because you have to step up and speak up for your guys. But to your point, Swagu, this shows their relationship. You know what it's like in the same position group? Y'all have a group chat going on. When Tank Lawrence says these things, somebody's hitting a group chat and saying it to his face or through the phone about what he's doing, not going on Twitter to post about it. So this says a lot about their culture. What we've said for years, the focal point is not winning Super Bowls. And I think for DeMarcus Lawrence, whether you're in Seattle, whether you're on any other team, you want to be in a situation where you feel like every move, every single day, at every level of the organization is moving forward to try to win a Super Bowl.
Well, let's also add this before I hand the baton back to you, Swagu. Not only is this coming from a dude who was in the building for 11 years, this is coming from a dude who ain't had double-digit sack totals in a season since 2018. So when you look at the 61.5 sacks, he had 2 years. 1 year was 14.5 sacks. Another year was 10.5 sacks. That's 25 sacks in 2 years, okay? The other 9 years, the brother had 36 sacks. And he talking smack about the climate in the organization. I don't know how you feel about me saying this, Swagu, but I feel I've been validated. I really, really have. I have been telling everybody for years and years and years there's a black cat running around that franchise. I've been telling everybody for years and years and years, you ain't going nowhere. Be patient. Just wait. They'll fall apart. It's coming. Don't worry about it. Right on cue. It got so bad that this past season, I actually stopped laughing. I actually stopped mocking them. I actually stored my cowboy hat. It wasn't funny anymore. They took the fun out of everything because they sucked so badly. I mean, that's how bad it was. That's how bad it was. So I'm validated this morning.
From you really quick. What do you want to say before I get into the NBA? What do you want to say, Stephen A. Smith, to the American people, specifically Cowboys fans, right now on March 14th, Friday, March 14th, 2025? What would you like to tell them?
What I want to say, Molly, what I want to say, there it is right there. That's what I want to say right there. That's right. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. You know, that's what I want to say. Thank you to see, we have wonderful, marvelous producers here on First Take. They knew what I wanted to say. They knew what I wanted to say. Look at her crying. Look at her crying. I mean, you can't make it up, boy. This is some special stuff right here. They're the gift that keeps on. You know that man actually had the audacity to come to our show when we were on the road. That man that was leaning over the railing crying, he actually showed up on the show, Swagu, and said, it was me. It was me. I said, what person other than a Cowboy fan literally travels to introduce himself as the one who was caught on national television crying? Only a Cowboy fan would do this. Look at that sister. Go back to the sister, please, because we brothers. You understand what I'm saying? We brothers. We know how the sisters can be. We know what that look mean. Look at that look right there. We know what that look mean. Y'all ain't worth a damn. And that's suitable for FCC Airways. That's what that means right there. That girl right there crying. You see her crying right there? You see her crying? You understand what I'm saying? And go back to the dude that was hugging the girl. Go back to the dude that was hugging the girl. Because, ladies and gentlemen, yo, Jay, I don't know if you know, right there, that dude right there. Do you know that wasn't even his girl? He got busted by his girl. No. She went on social media and told the world, I don't know who the hell he with, but that ain't me. So you got Cowboy fans literally he got busted on national television.
They're bringing people together.
Somebody that wasn't his girl. I mean, and by the way, Molly, and by the way, Jay, Swagu, we can't leave this out. I don't support thievery. I don't want to sit up there and dime out anybody's theory. I'm not going to say the name. But do you remember that Dallas Cowboy that got caught stealing drawers and cologne?
I can't stand this dude.
Hey,
Leave people out of this, man. Some people ain't got nothing to do with this.
Swagu. Come on, man. Come on, Swagu. That's the all-time story. You get caught stealing a pair of drawers and some cologne after practice? Yo, I'm sorry. I apologize, y'all. I'm sorry. Listen, I want to thank the producers. I want to thank the producers for First Take for giving me this story to lead off with this morning. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I've been under the weather a little bit throughout this week. I feel a whole lot better now.
Well, let me say this. Molly.
Last word, and I want to get out of this one. I want to
talk about some sports.
I want to hit the eject button.
I do not want to thank the damn producers for this morning. I expected to talk about Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence, and I done had to go relive all this trauma that I've dealt with on First Take with Stephen A. having all of this opportunity to talk about my team. Y'all, it's hard out here in these streets. And DeMarcus and Micah just recreated a whole nother issue that we're going to talk about all the way into the season and throughout the season the first time something go hard. So as he points at the screen to bring up all the people crying, yeah, I live here, man. Yes, I love it here.
Could you tell me what life is like? You know, going out.
Okay, let's go. Stephen A, goodbye.
I will not tell you that. Life is great.
Stephen A, go sit down somewhere. All right.
Life is great. Get the hell off TV.
Yeah, seriously. Go take a bathroom break or something. All right. Can I get into some NBA, please? Because there were games last night.